I've been where many of you have been, but in different ways because, we're all unique individuals. But I thought to myself, what is the one thing that made the biggest difference for me? Because sometimes, we've done all the work. We've faced some of our fears and hurts. We've had as many conversations that we could possibly have. We've even altered our habits and have done our best to maintain, self-loving rituals, but somehow we still feel stuck. We're going to talk about this big differentiator because what I'm realizing is that superficial change can only take us so far. And this isn't like a jab at you. True transformation happens when we commit to stepping beyond our comfort zones and fully immersing ourselves in what needs to change. So if you're feeling stuck in a rut, then this might give you a different perspective on how to approach this next season in your life. Because again, this was the biggest differentiator that made all the difference. Welcome to my channel. My name is Francis. So my main goal is really helping women who feel stuck and unfulfilled to conquer their fears so they can confidently thrive with clarity, without all the judgment. And so we really try to look into what the resistance is coming up for us so we can really get past a lot of that resistance. So if you're new here, welcome. Thank you for joining us. So my question to you is, how would your life change if you immersed yourself in whatever it was that you were looking to change, whatever it was that you were looking to learn or heal? What would life look like for you if you just went all in, head down, and not in the grind culture kind of way, hustle? But this is going to make sense in a minute. Here's the thing. Superficial change is like skimming the surface of a vast ocean. It may give us a glimpse of what lies underneath, but it cannot capture the depth and the richness that lies within. Confronting our fears, engaging in meaningful conversations, and adopting positive habits are all essential steps on our healing journey. They, of course, lay the foundation for growth and for us to discover much about ourselves. However, if we truly desire lasting and profound transformation, we must be willing to venture into the uncharted depths of our being. Kind of like esoteric words, uncharted depths of our being. It's a bit esoteric, but it's all going to make sense. I promise. And some of you might be feeling stuck in a rut because you haven't experienced a deep shift. I mean, that would make sense, right? Because if you experience a deep shift, there would be no rut. The differentiating factor for me, which I believe will make a huge difference for you, is immersion. There's something about completely immersing yourself in something in order to change it. True transformation begins when we are willing to dive deep beyond the surface level changes. It's a process of self-discovery that takes us to the core of our being. So in this immersive state, we really have the opportunity to unravel deep-seated patterns that have been holding us back. We can confront the wounds that have shaped our lives and begin to rewrite the narratives that no longer serve us. So I'm going to share with you some personal experience in my life where I was called to experience immersive states of being to cross over the threshold of my own discomfort. And I'm hoping by sharing a few of these stories that you'll begin to ask yourself, have I been playing it safe all along? When I first decided to dig deep, I don't think I was conscious about what I had to specifically do. In fact, I didn't really have the words for it. Therapy was serving its purpose, but I almost felt like I was inadvertently stalling. And what I mean by this is that, most therapists, they will go at your own pace. And if you're lucky, they hopefully will challenge you. Not all of them will sort of go in an area that is causing too much distress too soon. So when I found myself in the depths of a rut, I knew I needed something more. I craved something that would shake me out of my patterns and really ignite true transformation. And that's when I made the decision to attend a deeply immersive weekend retreat with a coach that I followed. Her name is Christine Hassler. She's amazing. I recommend you subscribe to her podcast where we explored powerful inner child work. I practiced being angry. I practiced my anger and just letting go of my anger. It really challenged me to be vulnerable and practice intimacy in ways that I actually never did. It was truly a pivotal moment in my life where this experience genuinely pushed me over the edge of my comfort zone to the point where there were times where I sort of resisted while I was there that weekend. I paid a lot of money to go there. There was still a bit of resistance there because it was so new and so fresh for me. So let me ask you, what, if any, experiences that have allowed you to feel so much discomfort that change became inevitable? After that retreat, it wasn't that my life changed immediately, right? Or even in a few months. But what it did was it highlighted issues that I didn't even know were present for me. It essentially gave me a roadmap to work with. It's really in this immersive state that we can unravel deep-seated patterns, heal old wounds, and redefine our narratives. We discover the strength and resilience that is within us. We discover the strength and resilience that lies within us, and we emerge transformed, stronger, wiser, and more aligned with our truest selves. True transformation requires a willingness to dive deep, to explore the unexplored territories of our souls. It's a process that goes beyond more surface level changes and dives into the core of our being. And often personal growth requires stepping into uncomfortable situations. There's really no way around this. I know we try to avoid it, but if you really want your life to change, there's absolutely no way to avoid this. I'll give you another story. At the time I was living in Japan, this was 2017, I was ghostwriting and writing for various publications. And because I was aspiring to just be a better writer, I enrolled in a very intensive blogging course that challenged me to embrace discomfort in a way that actually I wasn't expecting, because I thought I was just going to go take some notes and learn some skills and just move on with my life. But this writing course really started to challenge me in ways that I was like, wait a minute, I ain't signed up for this, but here we are. And one of the many uncomfortable assignments that was required of us was to lay on the ground in a crowded public space for at least 10 to 15 minutes and to just really drop into what that feels like. Because most writers, they like to hide, they don't want to showcase their work. So the goal was really to just sit with whatever feeling that was coming up. And I felt really embarrassed when I did this. And I felt like all eyes were on me. It was incredibly uncomfortable for me. I couldn't explain or give context as to what I was doing there and why. I just laid there and had to lay with those feelings and had to get past that threshold of being embarrassed or being seen in ways. So not only was this a financial investment for me, but a major investment in my time, as the classes were held between 1 a.m. to 3 a.m. weekly because of the time zone difference. But I'm very thankful for that experience because I was able to get my ego out of the way a lot of times and really allow myself to be seen, be vulnerable in ways that I didn't think was possible. So let me ask you, in which ways are you afraid to be seen? And how is that keeping you stuck and away from the life that you're deeply desiring to create? You see, the masks that you are resisting to take off is the barrier between you and your authentic self. I love immersive experiences. Immersive experiences like this allow us to practice emotions that we've been too scared to feel and also be witnessed by other people who are like-minded, who are also experiencing the same thing that you're experiencing. To be witnessed, to be able to have somebody witness our vulnerabilities is quite powerful, and they don't judge us in the moment. And getting that kind of encouragement really helps to accelerate and heal a lot of the woundings that we carry. In 2020, during my first encounter with ayahuasca, I realized that I was resisting and avoiding discomfort. Of course, right? It's what we do. I couldn't get past the physical discomfort, which actually prevented me from deeply connecting to the healing powers of that plant. But I was determined to face my fears head on. So a year later, I committed to my first 7-day plant medicine immersive retreat. And let me tell you, this was so profound for me. And this experience really allowed me to venture deeper into the realms of exploring myself and to get the healing that I really needed. And so feeling that I was ready to face my original fears, I requested another encounter to meet with Mother Aya. And boy, did we meet. Know that life will always present you with opportunities to go deeper. And in those opportunities, your mind is going to try their best. Well, your ego will try their best to talk you out of those opportunities. Your mind is going to say things like, no, this is not going to work. This isn't for you. Maybe next year, next time, not now. Your mind will do all of the things to talk to you about what the possibilities could look like. But yet, as we uncover our inner power, we let go of the masks we once wore and we embrace our authentic selves. We step into the world with newfound confidence, radiating our true essence. When I wanted to build a deeper connection with my meditation practice, I knew that a few minutes a day just wasn't enough. And I've been doing this few minutes a day thing for quite some time, but I just wasn't making the kind of progress that I thought that I could. I wasn't tapping into my fullest potential. So what did I do? I made the decision to do a 10-day Vipassana meditation. This was a recommendation from my partner and something that she had done, and she just boasted so highly of it. I was like, okay, I'm going to do this thing. But here's the thing about a 10-day meditation Vipassana. You begin your day at 4:30 a.m. and you meditate for 11 hours per day. There's no phones, no writing, no talking, and only 2 vegetarian meals per day. I was like, I don't know if I'm going to make it, but I'm already here and we're going to do this thing. It wasn't easy. It was probably one of the hardest things I ever had to do in my life, especially the no talking, the no writing part, because, that's how I express myself and that's how I process emotions. So it was really difficult for me. But the shift that I felt afterwards was indescribable. When you go to that sort of depths to be silent, you really learn how to work on your emotional reactivity for things, because you can't constantly react to things, because you can't talk, you can't write, you can just be. So whenever I share this with my clients or other people, they say, I could never do that, without even actually really thinking about it. We tend to not even really try. We don't give ourselves a chance. You have no idea how powerful your body and your mind is if you get out of the way, if you just give it a chance to show you what it's capable of. So let me ask you, who are you without your thoughts? Who are you without your fears? Who are you without your limitations? I share these stories with you just to illuminate what life demands of you, to illustrate that many of you are barely scratching the surface. And I want this transformation for you. I want deep change to happen in your lives. And so the difference between superficial change and deep transformation lies in a visceral commitment to take yourself to not just the edge, but to the other side of your comfort zone. Because this is really an opportunity for you to venture into unexplored territories of your soul, to discover your true essence, the unique and authentic self that has always been with you, but just waiting to be let out. And this is where you can emerge transformed, stronger, more aligned with your true purpose. So last question for you. How have you been placing yourself in situations to not just lean against the edge of your discomfort, but to cross over the threshold? Remember, the magic, everything that you're looking for, the life, the relationships, the peace, the joy, all of that is on the other side. So I hope this was helpful for y'all to think a little bit deeper about how you've been sort of only scratching the surface, and how even this year that you can go deeper, and even thinking about next year without getting, totally consumed by forward thinking, that in what ways can I seek out more immersive experiences to go deep? We do have one spot left for our retreat that's happening in October 22nd. Early bird pricing did end on the 15th, but if you fill out the interest form and you mention this video, we can possibly work something out. So what I want you to do below in the comments, let me know, how will you immerse yourself in whatever you're desiring to change so that we can support you? Let me know what would be something that you'd be interested in doing. Do any of these sound like something that you would do? I'm curious to know your thoughts. Share it in the comments below. And as always, do me a solid. Just make sure you like, subscribe, share this video with somebody you feel would benefit from hearing this message. And of course, I will see you on the other side of change. Thank you for watching.